Up, it's your boy Roy Jones Jr. Right now you're checking out LinealBoxing TV with Bertie. Don't miss it. The man is fantastic. He even
Steve Bird at LinealBoxing TV, happily joined by Pete Mercer. Contenders fight night, Contenders night, fight night 3, August the 24th. Pete?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Mate?
Just done a couple of head-to-heads, how did you think they went?
I thought it was really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all gets edited, your end, and how it all... I thought from our point of view it looked really good. James and Joe is like a top of the bill fight. Do you know when you have your local fights, the local scene going on? They're two big names, and it's a really, really, really good fight.
It's one of those fights that people in the know are talking about.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly. And they've all got big followings themselves. They're like Brad's. You know, like he started to get a name for himself locally. They've done all that like 10 years ago, and now they're really they've really done their thing. When you get like one generation of fighters to the next, they're the generation before. It's, they've got a big following, so it's a terrific fight.
Really exciting, really exciting. So we've done that. I'll be putting that out on my channel.
Awesome.
Talk about the top of the bill.
Okay, so Brendan Moore, he's like first of all, he's out. He broke his ribs 2 weeks ago, and he called me about 5 days after the fight. He's like, look, I knew he knocked the guy out in the second round, and he felt great on the night. And then he's like, look, I've been told I've got 2 broken ribs, but a specialist has said I'll be able to train in 2 weeks. Okay. After doing what he's been told to do, like therapy, I'm thinking to myself, no chance. So I gave it a few days, and I'm on the phone to Brendan. He's like, no, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. Look, I'm good. But then he called me and said, look, I can't even throw a punch. One body shot, he's out. Stuart deserves the respect to turn up in shape. So rather than just pull it off the card, I got did some phoning around and got, this gentleman here, Jack Godfrey. He's got a really good record, 24-3-8. Well, Stuart's like 15-2. So Stuart had the option to take the fight or pull. Yeah. He's taken the fight, and so that's the main event. And it's a bloody good fight.
That's an experienced record as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I've seen him fight. I was watching his videos. He's one of those where looks can be deceiving. Very confident. You hit him, he waves you on. He's very loose. Yeah. Seriously chilled out in the ring. It's going to be a good fight.
Just before I go on quickly to the rest of this card, this is absolutely banging fight card, isn't it?
I know.
How hard has it been to organise and confirm? And
matchmaking is always a headache, just purely for the fact that if I want to have an idea of making a fight, then you know yourself it takes 3 or 4 phone calls one side, 3 or 4 phone calls the other, waiting. Then it just takes a bit of time. And it was going slow initially, but like with my lads, I can't, obviously because I train, I've got my own fight team, like my own boys, they are just so keen as mustard. They don't really ask too much. I'm like, Brad, I was like, look, do you want that rematch? He was like, yeah. The rest of them would say, you're matched.
That's not what I heard. Yeah, take some convincing, Brad.
Just after playing so much. But it was like, I just say you're matched, and they're all keen. My guys are good. But then the show, I think it's starting to just
take on.
Yeah,
it just gets that momentum, doesn't it? These shows, isn't it?
Exactly. I didn't make James and Joe. Yeah. Jesse called me. Yeah. And said, can we get on your show? Which I was really happy about, because it just shows that the show is looking like the show to be on, and that's all I'm trying to do.
When you're getting fighters like Joe and James wanting a fight on it and sort of showcase themselves, absolutely
incredible. Yeah, that's it.
So we've obviously talked about me and Bradley, our fight. That'll be another good rematch.
That would be a good fight, buddy.
Interesting fight on this card. I know this guy, Andy Franklin, relentless. Yeah. Keith Ellis, another tough guy. Yeah. That is a real tough. I can't see that going to the decision.
Well, it's interesting because some of my guys who I've said, Andy's fighting Keith. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but they haven't been on the scene themselves for a couple of years, and Andy's evolved. So if you were to look at fighters' strengths and weaknesses, if you were to like put their kahunas on a plate and the heart, Andy that area's got big. His durability is. I've tried to drop him. Yeah. And I'm just like not. But the difference with him and Keith is more experienced, slicker, and a bit and smarter.
Yeah.
So you need to call on your toughness, your durability in certain times in a fight. You don't rely on it.
Of course.
So I'm just trying to make him smart to enter smoothly, smartly, exit smartly. When the war's required, go to war.
Yeah. And such a good test to do that, isn't it? Like
respect to Keith, man, and respect to Andy for stepping up.
Good one.
Yeah.
Kieran Hardane, is that how to pronounce it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mihailo, you know him, Mickey from Maximus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's a karate and taekwondo background.
Yeah.
So do you know, like boxers, we can't really kick too high.
Yeah. This is K1, this fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a K1 bout. So he's like, his groin and hips are made from rubber. So you'll just be standing there, whoosh, a devastating heel kick to the body or kick to the head. We're talking good skill set, really good skill set. He's about 5'8", and Kieran is taller than me. But these boys are fighting at 79 kilos. Now, Kieran's a monster, and simple as that. He's a monster. But so is Mickey. So again, there's no gimmies on this card. None. And that's a 50-50 fight.
Going on from that one then, 50-50, Dan Smith, Bobby Goodchild.
That's another 50-50. Bobby's 2-0, but he fought the same guy twice.
That's
our
right,
guy, Chris Nunn.
Yeah. They were great fights as well, weren't they?
Yeah, just like what they call it, bangers.
Yeah.
And but Dan, he's lost record-wise. He's won a couple, lost a couple. But if you sprinkle some patience and some calm on him, he can move really well. And that's what we're doing last night. Take away the and add a bit of finesse, and then explode, because he is probably one of the hardest punchers in the gym.
Going on from that, can you tell me a little bit about Matt Ozek?
Matt Oskin.
Yeah. So I know the guy's fighting Matt Holmes. He's training with me out at Maximus.
That's right, yeah.
So I've got a little bit of a vested interest in this one as well.
So I've seen Matt Holmes train, like just doing working out with Big Dave. And I don't know much about him as a fighter apart from he's 2-0.
Yeah.
Matt's 16 years old, and Matt Holmes is 26, 27?
Yeah, that's right.
But Matt Holmes is Matt Oskin. He has a little bit special about him, in my opinion.
Not only that, at 16 you're fighting a man.
Yeah.
You don't get your man strength to your 18, 19, unless you're Tyson or but
he hits like a developed man.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing at 16, because how long has he been training with us boys?
3.
Yeah, since he was he's a timid natured boy.
So he's developed into it. They're chatting before you lads in here, so yeah.
Yeah, we've seen him develop from a teenager to a young man.
Yeah.
But he's got his flaws. I know what his flaws are, and I've been working on them. Sometimes it's a mindset, but sometimes it's a skill set. But if he's allowed to implement his magic, he's special. But Matt Holmes is from another good camp, so they'll come up with the right game plan to beat him. So we'll see.
Let's just pick up some other fights from this card. Nicholas Musso.
Nicholas, he's fighting on the 3rd of August.
Is that a little bit too soon to be going straight into this fight afterwards?
I don't think so.
No. He's a tough guy, isn't he?
He is. So he's fighting on the 3rd of August on a show called Against the Ropes.
Yeah.
He's fighting a young lad. He's 3-0. And I've seen him fight. He's fought the bare knuckle stuff. He's done a boxing bout. Simply put, he's tough as nails, but he's nowhere near as good as Nicholas.
Yeah.
Nicholas could, in theory, win this fight. No disrespect, Ellis. You gotta make a war of it, otherwise you get outboxed. And then it's straight on to the guy, Mobsy.
Okay, yeah. Do you know much about him?
I got introduced to him on the last card.
Yeah.
So I know some of the affiliates of training partners and stuff. Unfortunately, in his debut on Contenders, he just got steamrolled, and he ate a lot of heavy shots. And do you know when a fighter gets hit, but they don't go down?
Yeah.
But it's better for them to go down because they stiffen up and don't see what's coming. It got to that point with eating too many shots, so I actually ran around and threw the towel in.
Yeah.
But he fought someone who was so big and strong, a real heavy puncher.
Yeah.
Rick Moore used to be around before me and the other guys doing MMA, but when MMA was really low key, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like he was a pushover. He hadn't fought in a while, come back and was just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Now, Mobsy and Nicholas is good because Mobsy can box, given a chance. He's durable. Nicholas can whack, but he's not like an absolute monster puncher. That's not his strength.
Yeah.
So this is why it's going to be an interesting fight.
Another good boxer, Sergio Vittori.
Yeah, so this fight's a K1.
Jojo, they call.
Yeah, Jojo is another Italian. We're starting to build up some Italians in the camp. And he's fighting one of Rob Haywood's guys. I don't know much about Charlie. This is Sergio, or Jojo's first K1 fight. And it's the same with Charlie. So bring it on, good fight.
James Ologibi against Joe Smith, another good fight.
Yeah, man.
He's a tough guy as well, isn't he?
He's just... He's got the similar... He had a similar start to his fighting days as you did. Do you know what I mean? Where tough fights, great performances, but you got to have the CPU processing with the body, and I think he's getting it. And when he gets it, because he will show me top bits of magic here, and then... But Joe Smith, tasty, but so is James, and you know, James is really after it because he felt that he let himself down. So Joe Smith's a wicked guy. There's no animosity on this card, so anyone who probably knows me, I don't deal with animosity. If you got animosity, I don't deal with you. Simple. If you're an idiot, you're not on the card. And everyone on here is nice. Everyone gets on. It's just we're there to fight. Just get on with the business.
Rematch coming up. Dimitri against Mike Vaughan.
Yeah, Dimitri's.
I've got to call this. I thought Mike won that fight.
I thought it was close as well.
So that'd be a good rematch. Yeah.
That was very close. I'm not going to argue with you on that one at all. But again, he was 0-4 going in. I was just really happy to see him get the win. But I can see the argument.
Listen, it was a close fight.
Yeah.
Close fight. So.
Yeah.
And you got a big heavyweight fight coming up. Carl Foster, Daniel Taylor.
Daniel Taylor's from the same gym as James Reedman. Taller than me, 130 kilos. Carl Foster's short, stocky, 110. So you know what the game plans are going to be from both of them. Very even match. We've got a House of Pain fighter in Carl Foster and Monkey Muay Thai in Daniel Taylor. It'll be a good fight as well.
I think we've pretty much gone through the card. Have we? Is there anyone?
There's 2 fights that I'd like. So we've got 2 more K1 fights. And I love the boxing, but I love the K1. So I'm trying to get more K1 fights on.
Yeah.
So I want a big shout out to Rob Haywood on this one. Because I could not match Dan Tracy. He's the guy we did the interview
That's right,
for.
the little promo, yeah.
He says, I think he's like 6 or 7-1. And he seems to be just knocking everybody out. So it's hard to match. But Rob went out and found an opponent from in Josh Bisgrove. So they are fighting at 77 kilos. Dan Tracy's my height. I'm 6'2", 6'3"-ish. And this guy is 6'6". So with K1 being that small, with head kicks and knees, just brutal. But Dan just has to get in close, avoid them knees and drop bombs. And that's going to be an absolute gorgeous fight. And then our boy, my boy, Dan Meaden, he's fighting a guy called Roman Barberi, who... from his coaches, he's told me he's just an absolute wild man. Just comes in, drop people every round. But Dan Meaden is tough as they come, but try and land on him, and he bangs as well. So I think Dan Meaden will withstand a bit of a whirlwind attack, compute what he needs to do, and take care of this guy because he's too good. Too much faith in Dan to come second.
It's an exciting card, isn't it? How's it been for you going through it? Because it's 5 weeks now.
Yeah, man, it's wicked. It's it seems to be.
You've still got the same sponsors.
Yeah, so we got Ocho Branding make this big banner for us. Dalton Beauty Studio. It's not. Yeah, they're good. They're like I haven't really spoken too much about them, but they are. If you want your nails done, boys. If you're having a fight, you get a black eye. You want to get some eyeliner. But if you're a lady, they do everything. And I've had a few pamper sessions myself. I've had my nail. I went for a few pints, you know what I mean? Really nice place.
You've definitely had your eyebrows done, Pete.
Mate, have I hell. Massive eyebrows. And then we are Woking, the council. Big shout out to you boys and girls at the team there because you're fantastic. Combined Tactical Solutions, that's Browno. I appreciate your backing, buddy. And the person who's been with me since day one is Naz at Cattle. He's always been behind me. And then the newest on board is yourself, sir.
Yeah, it's been a good little journey so far. I've enjoyed it, and it's gone from strength to strength.
Yeah.
That top of the bill, Stuart Lammy's done a load of tickets as well. How are the tickets all going for this show? Can people get them on the door? Or
there's no tickets on the door. You have to have a ticket. If you arrive without a ticket, you won't get in.
Simple as that.
There's all the fighters have got them. I'm doing weekly calls to see if I can spread them about. So you'll be getting pestered, Brad will be getting pestered, or everyone will be getting pestered. But there are fighters who haven't got any tickets. So it's just a case of
shuffling them around.
Shuffling
So
from
people,
fighters to
they can't leave it to last minute then, basically. One of these,
Yeah, you just can't. It's simple a case of, I'm going to stick with the HG Wells up until the July of next year, because that's when things are changing and working. So I'll probably do something different then. But right now, that place is home of Contenders, and it's a case of the shows are getting that popular that if you want to get a ticket, you have to get them as soon as they're out.
Still got the same MC?
Same MC, Grant Waterman, or Grant Waterman, who's he's a legend of the game, and Daz DeGan, the referee, and I'm flying someone over from Amsterdam to face off with Big Dave from Maximus.
Oh right, you touched on this.
Yeah.
I'll do a little promo, a little picture of Big David because he is an absolute monster. Yeah. And who's the guy from Amsterdam?
Steve Reiskit.
Okay, this is an absolute mouthwaterer, this is.
Yeah, so we're fight fans, right?
Yeah.
But I've sparred both of these guys. I met Big Steve in Amsterdam, and lovely guy. Just we sparred, it heated up quick, and then we just kind of struck that respect for each other. He loves fighting. I remember him saying, "Do you like fight?" I was like, "Yeah, me too. In football, gangs." Like, no, that's not for me, man. He likes to fight. He wants to fight Dave. I haven't chased him. He said he saw the fight, so he's like, I need.
Is he okay? Because I can't imagine anyone chasing Dave for a fight.
But I've sparred him. I know what he's about. He's tough. I sparred Dave for like 15 years. That's probably why I can't spar no more because of Big Dave. But they're both monsters.
Be a K1 fight that
K1 fight, and all you got to do when you see them together, all you do is I need to buy my ticket now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's just going to be. It's like a world-class fight. I can't stress that enough. It's a world-class bout. Yeah.
Really exciting, Pete. Really exciting. Anything you want to sort of add on the show?
All the coaches who work with me, you make my life really easy. And my team, some of them are here. They're an absolute grace. It's my pleasure to lead you into battle. And it's been great to meet you, and we're going to be doing great things together.
Yeah.
I'm love doing this. I do this on the side of my full-time job, so this is like something I love doing, and I'm happy to be making a good go of it. So I just want to thank everyone for working with me.
If people wanted to come into the beatbox gym, how do they sort of people watch this, and the amount of people I've interviewed now, and they just said, listen, I just want to drop a bit of weight, lose a bit of weight. And people they come to these shows and they get inspired by them. Yeah. So how can anyone just turn up to this gym? Is it one of those?
It's easy. It's one of the most easygoing gyms. You just turn up. If you want to do your own thing, you pay £7. If you want to jump in the class, you just pay as you go. It's really easy. There's no bullies, no assholes, no bad attitude. Our session on a Thursday night is kind of one of the highlights of my week because the energy is great. Like, we all get together. Unfortunately, I don't spar no more, but we'd smash each other up, right? But and you get people come in who haven't boxed before, watching, and their jaws drop. You're like, what the fuck's happening? Like, there's wars going on. We mop up every Thursday the blood, but it's all great atmosphere. And so if you don't want to get involved in that, you can do the class after, which is all technical. And it's just I think this place has a banging atmosphere.
Bit for everyone.
Bit of it, yeah. If you want to become tough and become a good fighter, we got that. And if you just want to come down and lose a bit of weight, you got a nice place to train with good vibes.
Yeah. Well, lovely way to end the interview, Pete.
Thank you very much, Steve.
5 weeks.
If you haven't got your tickets now from fighters, then you're going to struggle to get them, unfortunately. That's it. So please hit up these guys, the fighters, for the tickets before they all go.
Lastly, White Rivas, who's winning that?
I'm going to go to the bookies with you after this. There's a bookies over there. I'll do it the old school way, right down. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up.
Okay.
I'm hoping White is too much for him, but I really think Rivas is something.
Rivas is special, yeah.
That's what I mean. He's something special, yeah. So I want to be surprised if it's a Rivas win. But I'd like to see. I can see White being in a dogfight, getting rocked, getting out of box, and coming from behind like a Chisora win.
All good. Right, thanks very much. And I'll put all the links in for all the fights. Put the links in from David. The guys flying out from Amsterdam, and August the 24th This show's going to be absolutely heaving. Thanks very much.
Nice.
Cheers, mate.